What's up, Tim Sykes here. Thank you for all the birthday well wishes. It is my birthday, and I am waking up to this crazy view here in Bali. 2 new schools to open in a little bit. Pretty amazing. I was just in Colombia. This video I filmed in Colombia with several of my millionaire students. We just broke ground on 2 new schools there. The schools here in Bali are actually opening, but I'm so proud to partner with my millionaire students who are now donating substantial sums to build schools with me. And in this video, I wanted to post it on my birthday because I wanted to give you something special. You know, not just the schools, like I love sharing this stuff publicly, but I want to give you tips because all of the students in this video, David Hanlon, you know, he just crossed $6 million. Kyle Williams, he's at 7 million now, maybe even 8. I lost track. Eduardo just crossed 2 million, and Huddie's closing in on 2 million. They're all multimillionaires, but they all started with very small amounts, okay? Understand that. It didn't happen overnight. And in this video, I think it's really useful because you're gonna hear what they had to do along the way. So again, thank you for all the birthday well wishes. Leave a comment below, wish me a happy birthday. I love all the comments. It's awesome. I'll give a challenge webinar later this week too with Jack, because I'm actually going from Colombia to Bali to Boston, Bogota to Bali to Boston in a little over a week, which is a stupid itinerary. But I gotta break ground on schools, I gotta open schools, and then I gotta celebrate with Jack on his $2 million week last week. So thank you again for all the well wishes. I'm sorry I'm a little jet lagged, but watch this video and congratulate these students on their success and thank them for being so transparent with their whole journeys. What's up? Tim Sykes here with Eduardo. We are here at your inner circle here in Medellin. What do you think so far?
I'm gonna do it again. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's incredible to be around all these people, all these traders, and they find that it's real.
Yeah.
They find that it's, you know, you're real.
Yeah.
We're not like only on this screen.
Yeah.
We're real.
I was happy to make 500 today. David Hanlon made 70,000. I think Kyle's up like 30,000. How much are you up today?
I'm down like 2K.
Oh!
Because of the quotes thing. Like,
The quotes were messed up. This is the one thing.
Horrible.
We're trading while the market is going crazy. Understand, every single platform is having issues. Jack just made $1 million plus today, and he actually tweeted, like, I made my biggest trade ever, and I had no quotes. He was just convinced, and he frankly got a little lucky with like the whole fake news kind of thing with Trump, but little luck never hurts, and he was, you know, convinced. So whether you're down 2K, whether you're up 500, whether you're up 20 to 70,000, I think Huddie is down like 1,000. Small losses are part of the game, you know, like how much are you up in the past month?
Like 80K and so.
So some days you'll lose 500, 1,000, 2,000, but overall, I mean, you had a $10,000 day the other day. Mm-hmm. This is the thing. Your gains have to be bigger than your losses. You know, Stratty, my inner circle lead trainer, Stratty made 130,000 in February, lost 30,000 in March. He's still up over 700,000 overall, but February was his biggest month ever. And then he had to frankly learn some lessons because it was a little too much too soon. Then he just retooled. Now he started April and he made 25,000 last week. So trading is not an exact line. Sometimes you win, that's fantastic. You're on the right path. When you lose, you have to recalibrate. Then can you pick yourself up and, you know, get back up? But talking with millionaire traders, like literally all the traders we just mentioned are millionaire strategies closing in on $1 million. Is at 750,000. Pretty cool. You'll meet him in Mexico, right?
Yes.
Such a good guy. Have you met him before?
I haven't, like personally, no.
I don't know who knows who. Like, it's the more you get into the community and you see different people's strategies, you know, like Panel Trader said he was like my student, but I don't know if I met him or
He's
sorry.
really quiet. He's not public. You know
cool guy.
Quiet in social media.
Yeah.
You would never know.
That's why I don't know him.
Mm-hmm,
I'm not so quiet in social media, right? Lo siento, Panel Trader. But Panel Trader, he's coming to Bogota tomorrow. So we're not just here trading with the millionaires and the upcoming millionaires. We're also building 2 schools here. I'll link it below. We're going to do a group fundraiser because we just actually met with the millionaires. And just going around this little table here, I'll show some little B-roll. We got $95,000 committed, which pays for 2 schools and some other charity projects, whether it's like some food or water. We'll explain it all, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like sliding.
It is sliding. Hold on, we're going to keep going. We're not pausing it. We're gonna be real, okay? Sometimes it won't be perfect. I was like, why am I getting smaller? But this is the thing. You want to try to make money in trading. You want to try to teach it. And then you also want to try to give back. And for me, that's so rewarding. And this is what you're doing now. And, judging from your villa pics, like, you've done well, my son.
Yeah, I've been taught by my mentor. So
No, it's beautiful. And this is everything, right? So, like, can you just explain to them, when you first started? Because many people, I know you're just starting. We talk about millionaires a lot. How do you get there? When you were first starting, you were on the other side of this kind of video. You were watching videos like this, right? And what did you do in the beginning? How much did you start with?
2,000. And I was trying to learn, like, I didn't have enough money or a lot of money when I started, and thank God, because if I would have blown so many accounts and so much money.
Well, you did blow a few accounts.
I did, but it was little money that
But how many accounts did you blow up?
3 or 4, I don't remember.
All around $2,000 or $3,000.
Yes.
I know you don't want to hear it, but like losses are part of the game. You learn what not to do, and you learned a lot from those little blow-ups.
A lot, and
You lost all of them? You lost 100%?
No, because I earned some money. I withdraw because I needed money to
Yeah,
survive.
yeah.
And then I cried, like I put leverage on.
Oh,
on
Huddie's
trade,
going to the
whatever.
gym. Huddie's going to the gym.
Huddie.
Huddie, come here, come
There you
here.
go, there you
We gotta get Huddie on camera. Huddie has been working out. I went to the gym the other day with him, and I was like, damn, that guy's jacked. Look at this. Ladies, he's single, okay? Yo, give one flex. Give one flex. Whoa. Are you going to the gym right now?
If I can get picked up here.
Oh. Anyways, we're talking about early days. How much did you start with?
In the beginning, 1,000.
And what happened?
Trained with that for about 6 months, found a little bit of a rhythm, and then I immediately got myself over PTT.
Nice.
So I didn't really have the PTT struggles in the beginning, although I practiced for 6 to 8 months with a small account with PTT struggles and made sure that I had my strategies set in my mind, exactly what I wanted to do every single day. And then I put in 25 days in there.
I remember you were coming to like my inner circles and you had like literally a hoodie. Huddie loves hoodies. Check this out. We're planting seeds. But I remember you had a hoodie and you were sitting in the back and you had these notebooks, like very detailed notebooks. And you were like asking good questions. What were in all those notebooks?
Well, the point is to be a good student. And I've always learned in my life is to ask good questions, to write good notes. And, mainly most of the time when you were talking, I was taking notes on what did I want to ask him later? How can I not really corner Tim, but like make sure that I get my questions answered, make sure that I get my value from this experience and not just be quiet in the room and left with unanswered questions. So a lot of that was just whatever value I was learning, I was annotating, whatever questions I had, I asked later. And whatever I learned from that.
Why don't more people ask questions? Like we're giving webinars, we're doing inner circles, and some people are like, you think they're just like afraid to like ask dumb questions?
The first thing I do when I'm talking to anyone or a group of people is I invite them to ask questions. I say, hey guys, be a good student, get the value, do whatever it takes to make sure that you don't leave here confused in any single way. So I think it is a shy thing. I think it's a timid thing. I think it's I don't want to ask a stupid question type thing.
There are no stupid questions. We all start somewhere, okay? This is why this is great. And this is why like these, inner circles, like meeting up in person, like seeing it live really helps. And, we're explaining that like losses are okay. Like people are so petrified of being wrong. But if you cut your losses quickly and you accept that sometimes you're just going to be wrong, your gains should be bigger, right?
I think one of the best inner circles I ever went to was obviously with you, Tim. It was in Italy. And like you said, like they're the best because you get to actually put real life experience. You see it happen. You visualize it. I remember sitting next to Tim Grattani and he made $80,000. Now, no one should like go there and expect to make $80,000, but like to actually see someone make that money and he wasn't even smiling. He wasn't even excited. He was just like, this is another day.
This is David Hanlon today making $72,000.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like, I piked it. He's like, I piked it.
Exactly.
Should have been six figures.
He was so pissed because it went down so much after
SUNE. Did you short SUNE?
We got SUNE. I got SUNE.
You're a little what?
I didn't have full size on it, so I'm pissed. That's actually what's irking me the most because I didn't follow my plan to a T. And like losses are okay, wins are okay. Like that's part of the game. You're gonna win, you're gonna lose. But if you don't follow your plan, you don't execute your plan, like that is what should make you the most frustrated.
But now you understand that your plan was dead on, so you'll have more confidence next time because you'll remember this. So if you ever have a loss, if you ever pike it, if you ever miss out on all the opportunity, remember it. Focus on it. like really think about it, maybe take it to the gym with you.
That's exactly what I'm gonna
Right?
do. I gotta take out my frustration.
And then you get better too. And that's how you get better. Because frankly, if you're just always winning all the time, it's like you might just rest and you'll be like, it's cool, like this is too easy.
And that's the thing, like I go to the gym, I take a break from the market for a couple hours, and then I come back and I review. And I had some time to kind of give myself a little break from the emotions, and then I can think about it more rationally and logically, and you definitely have to review.
Review, optimize. And this is a process. Like how much you up to now?
Total profits, around 2 million.
And how long has it been?
Totally 10 years.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And it hasn't always been smooth sailing. And he just crossed 2 million. And how many years are you in? You're at the same time.
We started the same.
What?
Well, so it takes some time. Like the first 2.5 years are your discovery phase, where you're learning the patterns, you're learning what works for you, you're optimizing, you're doing all that stuff. And,
Surviving your learning.
and you're surviving. And that's the most important thing, is to protect your capital, lose small, win bigger than you're losing. But more importantly, just protect, and wait for ideal scenarios. And then so really the clock starts ticking once you find consistency, and once you're finally profitable, which was for me in 2018. So there was a huge time, like you guys weren't there, no one actually sees this except for myself, but like 2015 to 2018, like that's when a lot of the work gets done. That's when a lot of the discipline and the good habits get done.
Well, it's like sports stars, right? So you see the sports star hit like the big goal and like you're like, wow, how did they do that under such crunch time? You didn't see the thousands of hours before when no one's watching, when it didn't matter, and they're practicing that same rep. Did you guys watch the David Beckham documentary on Netflix? Very good, right?
Another one I should write down.
Yeah, David Beckham and the Michael Jordan documentary. But David Beckham, there's one time where like you see his whole journey and you see him practicing this one kick. And it's a beautiful, beautiful job by the director where he shows during like the World Cup when the kick actually matters. It doesn't just show the World Cup kick, which he nails. It's actually a montage of like 20 kicks from him growing up. Like I'm getting chills just thinking about it because it's awesome where he's been practicing that same shot for literally decades, like over a decade. And so then when it's the World Cup, you have all the cameras on you, your whole nation's hopes are on you. And this was his second World Cup. The first World Cup, he screwed up and the whole nation hated him. So he screwed up at first. He also has a decade plus of experience. And then he hits the kick and the nation loves him again.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm literally, look at this. I'm getting chills because it's so beautiful to see that he put in so much work. And I know soccer is different than trading, but it's the same thing. You're practicing a technique, you're optimizing. You hear that these guys aren't always crushing it. I'm not always crushing it, but can you be ready for the next great play, right? Whenever that is. We're all watching JNVR. This is going to be great. You see JNVR go to the 30s?
Yeah, now I don't touch it.
But it's going to be great. Like, I like every single supernova, whether it's AREB, whether it's MLGO, and now JNVR, because it just gives you so much volatility. And whether it's day one, whether you have rules, you were trading JNVR.
Like that's my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the up and goes.
Sorry, go ahead. No.
For me, it's like, you're right. Like there's this constant cycle of energy. So JNVR goes, and maybe I don't trade it anymore. I've already traded it. But if it keeps going crazy, it's going to bring its brothers and sisters with it, and it's going to have all these sympathy plays.
MKDW. You see MKDW?
I saw it spiking today.
Right? I gave that to Hanlon at $1. I said, short that, Hanlon. I don't short. It's risky for your newbies. Don't give grenades to babies. But Hanlon is not a baby. He can handle the grenades. He can handle the fire.
Yeah.
And he didn't short. But he wanted to go to $1.50. But then it faded from $1. It's down to like 70 cents right
But that's because he also has discipline. When you get in this game, you've been doing it for 10 years. No matter what someone says, short or long, you don't listen to that voice. You know your strategies in the back
but
of
I
your
just
mind.
wanted to like short vicariously through him.
I know.
Like I was like, come on, I'm in person. Give me a little short. Give me a little taste, buddy, right? But he wouldn't do it. That's why he's up 70,000 on the day. And he's not even happy because he sold his TQQQs like literally like 2 minutes before what turned out to be fake news, but 2 minutes before the news, the huge spike. So this is trading, okay? It's optimizing. We're talking tickers. We're sometimes nailing it, sometimes not nailing it, sometimes going to the gym, sometimes, talking.
Listen reggaeton there and
They're listening to reggaeton, right?
We are doing that right now.
Fantastic. I have to pack and I have to go to the airport. We're going to Bogota tomorrow. Stay tuned. We're going to show more of the second school. I'll post some clips of the first school that we're building here in Medellin. We're all doing it. You guys should get in. Click the link below. I'm going to do a group fundraiser. Any dollar helps, okay? Even if you can donate $1, $5, you build the school, you see the kids going to school. Hopefully some of the kids will actually study hard like they should. And then you'll see which students really excel, but they have the opportunity. Sadly, most people don't have the opportunity. Most of these kids don't have the chance to even learn. Even if they're the hardest worker possible, what are you going to do? Like, you can be like the hardest manual laborer possible, but that's not really going to change your life. Same thing with us as traders, okay? You need to study your butt off, learn from these guys. Both 2 million. Do you guys compete with each other? Did you even know? You started at the same time?
Compete. You don't compete?
No.
I do.
I compete with myself. I think competition with yourself is healthy.
with
but-
everyone.
I didn't realize you guys started at the same time, though.
I didn't know that either.
Which month? Which
we all
month?
did.
Do you remember which month?
I think it was
I have it
April
written
for
down.
me.
I have it written down in that journal.
Yeah, I think it was
I have a
April
photo
for
of
me.
it.
Of what?
2025, right?
2015.
2015.
Was it
Yeah.
2015?
With Dries, right? DRYS.
I mean, I was there for AQXP too. What's
Michael Good stole all the shares on AQXP. I'm still bitter.
What's interesting is I think that I had a better first half than Eduardo. I kind of reached a million probably first in 2020, but then through 2020 to 2025, Eduardo's been absolutely kicking ass, way more than I am. So,
But it doesn't matter. It's also, we were talking about this the other day, where like you have lower stress, you're okay with it, and like
You're going to the
we're
gym,
still
you're jacked.
consistent.
I'm fat right now in Boulder,
Yeah. Look, but there's no one size fits all. We all judge ourselves based on money. I probably have made the least of the three of us in the past few years, but I donate 100% to charity. I travel around the world and I do what works for me.
But you know what? It's very important that now that we said so, the way that you approach the how do you say it? Competencia. Competition. The way you approach competition, it's very, very important. Like I use David Hanlon as my drive in order to, size a little bit.
You good? St.
San
Luci's
Luci,
smiling.
acá, San Luci.
St. Luci's literally just walking, smiling.
Yeah,
so he's happy.
He's happy.
Sorry, go
So those kind of things like really motivate me in order to learn a little bit more about the setups that he's playing. He's like, hey, tie your hands. And I'm like trying to tie my hands because I usually tend to get the
Trade
profits.
too much?
Yeah, so he's like, no,
You overtrade.
stop. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that competition makes me better. So that's why I think competition is very important.
And also learning from other traders. David Hanlon, amazing guy, but you might not know this. Omer, do you know Omer? Omer's an amazing young guy. Shout out to Bosnia. He was David Hanlon's mover. So David Hanlon moved from St. Louis down to Florida. Omer was like his mover, and he was like asking Hanlon questions. He's like, why do you have so many monitors? Omer got into trading. Omer is now, one of the trainers in the inner circle. He's coming to Mexico in a few weeks, and he's over $700,000 now. So like, once you start to see this and you're in the group, you find different niches, you find different strategies. But like, if you're in this, like, the market is so volatile, like you have to be an absolute moron not to capitalize over time, not initially, okay? Like we said, we have to survive our learning curve. You have to trade small. Most people don't really get it in the beginning. A lot of these lessons are like counterintuitive. There's still a lot of discipline issues. I mean, I've been doing this 20 plus years. I still have discipline. Kyle! Come here for a second. We got Kyle. Come in. Go to the gym. Thanks for coming. Everyone congratulate Huddie in the comments. No, yeah.
We have a gym here?
No, he's taking a taxi. What?
Oh. Hola.
We're doing a little video.
hola.
Kyle's about to get married in a little bit.
Yes.
Are you excited?
Very excited.
We're
About
fixing this.
month and a half away.
We're talking about, we're talking about surviving your learning curve. When did you first start? Do you remember when you applied for the challenge? Because I remember you had I had a goal of making $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, go do your thing.
I started summer of 2016.
Okay. Oh, wow. So we just
Yeah.
found out that Huddie and Eduardo both started around the same time in 2015.
Oh, really?
Crazy.
Okay, so then I was a year later. I was summer of 2016, and then I forget when I wrote. I know you're referring to the little card I wrote.
Yeah.
I think I wrote that card because I watched the book, or I not watched. I read the book.
Napoleon Hill?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich, and in that there's a little portion which I'd write it down, and I actually remember writing it down what I wanted, and then finishing it with what he suggested, which is why that card said that way.
Yeah.
And yeah, the goal was $1 million by the time I graduate college, or some goal.
Yeah.
It didn't get achieved. I didn't actually do it.
I give Eduardo crap because he's like, I want to be a millionaire in 4 years, but it took him 6 years.
Yeah. Big woo, yeah. It's like shoot. What's the quote? Shoot for the star, or shoot for the moon, you'll still be in the stars. Kind of thing. Like just shoot higher. So I didn't reach that goal in the time frame I wanted.
Yeah. But now
like-
you've multiplied it
But
multiple
yeah,
times
now
over.
we're here 9 years in, and I'm up 7, let alone 1. Like, it just doesn't matter. Like, so you just push it, and then you're just gonna be where you want to be.
The
no matter how
beginning
bad it is.
doesn't matter. I know this is difficult for you guys to understand, but the money that you make and lose in the beginning, it's negligible in the long run. It's can you survive your learning curve? Can you learn your process? Can you optimize? And can you get better over time? And then when there are bigger opportunities, are you ready to capitalize? David Hanlon, come in here for a second. We got David Hanlon in here. We were talking about him earlier. Eduardo was talking about how like you pushed him to like trade less and focus more on quality setups because he overtrades, right? And then I was talking about how like you're pissed that you made 72,000 today, but you could have
86.
Oh, 86,000. But you like piked it and you wanted more.
I did.
And then we're also talking about how Omer, you inspired Omer and you helped Omer get to where he is. Now Omer's over 700,000. How did these guys not know Omer? Do you know Omer?
I don't know. Maybe facially, but
The Bosnian Beast, bro.
He's the
name-wise,
Bosnian
I don't
Beast.
know.
He's an amazing young guy.
I'd like to meet him
Freaking
now.
awesome. Yeah, he's taking us to Bosnia later this year.
Really?
I've
You
never
going
been to
there?
Bosnia. Yeah.
Oh, that's epic, bro.
Italy to Bosnia to Greece because I'm going to Strati's homeland too. So we're trying everything. But can you just explain in the beginning, because we're going over the beginnings, right? What did you do in the beginning? When did you first start trading? How'd you do?
I started trading in 2016, and all I did was buy low float Nasdaqs as they were making new high of day, and I just got wrecked. Obviously, I hadn't studied at all.
Yeah.
And I lost money consistently for like 2 years, and I.
How much did you
eventually-
lose?
I didn't have much to start with. I only had like $2,000.
No, but that's good.
I think I probably lost like half of that, maybe like $1,000. And my final loss was a $5 loss that just like broke my
Just
will.
broke you. No, $5.
Crazy.
Psychologically, you were.
No, seriously, yeah. I just couldn't handle.
And
like,
what did
another
you do
loss.
to change?
I quit, and then I came back when the market was high.
How long did you quit for?
I quit for like 2.5 years, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Were you watching it all? You're like,
No,
I
I
want
was
nothing
like,
to do.
trading is a scam.
Wow.
Tim Sykes is a fraud.
Wow. Jack Kellogg actually, after 18 months, was down 10 grand. And he spent thousands of dollars on my challenge too. So he's down like nearly 20 grand. He takes 3 months off because he's so pissed.
Really?
But he was still watching. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He tracks everything. And he had like curly, like crazy like hairdo too. We have like photos of this. But like he took 3 months off, but he was still watching. You weren't watching for 2.5 years?
Yeah, no, I was just doing.
What
other
made
stuff.
you come back?
Just the crazy markets, man. Like I was involved in e-commerce, and there were YouTubers who did e-commerce, and I got into some YouTubers who were talking about stocks, and this dude's like, I'm up freaking 300% buying this shit. And I was like, I'm gonna copy his trades.
Yeah.
And I copied some and it worked. And I was like, oh, this is easy.
How did you find me? Did you want the Lambo?
Yeah, I saw the Lambo back in the day. Yeah,
The
back in
Lambo went
2016.
so viral, right?
It worked, man.
Dude, I'm like Ty Lopez
Thanks
here
for
in
the
my
Lambo,
garage.
bro.
You're welcome.
That's why I'm here.
How did you find me? Was it the Lambo?
No, I did. I googled penny stocks, and you're the first one that came.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're a thinker. Did you ever take time off?
No. Well, when I hit my kind of like your breaking point, it's funny. Your $5 set you over. A $5 win brought me in. Like I could do this because I took like 14 losses in a row.
Maybe you took the $5 from me, bro.
It was the same one. It was you.
Yeah.
Trading is a zero-sum game.
Right? But I lost like 14 times in a row, and I didn't take 2 weeks off. But I just said I'm not going to take a trade until I see something that like I can't not take. And
You would feel guilty missing it.
Yeah, and I just said I'm going to wait as long as it takes, and it just took 2 weeks. But I was there every day. I was showing up every day. It just I waited 2 weeks, and then like it was the Fannie Mae. It was literally 2017 February, I don't know, 8th, 7th when Fannie Mae did the whole drop 30% in an hour. And
Wow, sounds beautiful.
Yeah, and I made
We have a
$5.
blog post on that. Tim Grittani made $200,000 that day, and he was
Crazy.
going long, going short. He was playing the bouncing ball. It was beautiful,
This
right?
was the last time I ever did. So I don't think anyone made big money that I know of.
Yeah.
But I made $5 because I just had 100 shares. And
But it's not even just about the money. It's seeing this stuff. Because when you came back, you started seeing the
Yeah,
patterns.
started seeing the panic dip buys, and they repeated. We had like 5 a day.
And then Tim Sykes is not a scam.
Then I'm like, Tim Sykes is the real deal.
Yeah! A lot of this just depends on the market, too. Like, you could study endlessly during a bear market, and there might just not be any plays, and you're like, screw this. The market goes ups and downs, right? Like, You have to understand that, but it's you being prepared, right?
You can study the past even when the patterns aren't happening because they come back around.
I prefer slower markets because the rules matter more. Like in a hot market, the rules don't matter. Everyone's like, shut up, don't cut losses quickly. It'll just double, and it often does, right? Like the whole Atlas trading chat room, it's like, yeah, how does it feel to be obsolete? You're a dinosaur, bro. Like, just buy it and it doubles, you know? Props to Atlas Trading for getting off from the law. Apparently what they did is legal. Fantastic.
Wow.
You know? But like, you have to understand, we all have our ups and downs. This is turning into a longer video than I thought, but you know, everyone's coming here and it's pretty cool sharing everything, right? Like, how do we get people to survive their learning curve, to optimize, and then really crush it when there's a good play?
I think surviving the learning curve is just having an account long enough. Like, if you show up every day and you just don't lose your money or lose your poker chips, like, I tend to agree, like, the odds will be ever increasingly in your favor as you just survive. Like, it's almost like 90% traders don't make it because they'll lose their chips. They just give them up too quickly. And so you never really have a chance to even see the learning curve, let alone.
And it's not even just their money, it's their willpower. Like $5 might break you. Like if you have, 10 or 20 losses in a row. I mean, so Jack Kellogg today made $1 million. And before this, he was on a losing streak. He had lost $500,000. Understand, he's trading with big size. But he was so depressed. Like I was talking to him, it was like a week ago, where he was like, I'm going to size down. I do bad in April, every April. So I'm going to size down. First day or two, he loses 500 grand. I was like, what happened to sizing down? He's like, I didn't listen to myself, right? Then he's waiting. He's on the sidelines. Today, everything's set up. He got a little fake news, got a little lucky, but he sized in and made $1 million. So he made back all of his losses. And that $500,000 in losses, I think he said he had like 20 losing trades in a row. And it was all mental, right? And he was just like, loss, everything I do sucks, this sucks. But, $500,000 would break a lot of people. But for him, he's still up. Even before today, he was up like 2.7 million on the year in a few weeks. So he lost like 25% of his, profits, but he was still okay. And then you get a little perspective. Whether you have 10, 20 losing trades in a row, all it takes is one good trade, especially if you size in.
Especially if you know how to manage risk on the losers and really push it on the trades that do work.
Yeah.
And he could have sized down. He could have been up even more. But anyways, it's amazing. Anyways, click some links below. I'll include a bunch of blog posts. I'll include links to these guys on social media. Follow them. It's so key to learn from traders who have done the seemingly impossible. There's so many fakes in this industry. People who have not made millions. People who don't show their losses. Ignore them. You can't control the fakes. And they're just useless. The real ones put in the time every day, right?
Every day.
Every day and on weekends. You guys review on weekends,
I do less time on weekends, but yeah, I do weekends.
I remember when we were up in New Hampshire, and literally I got up a little late, and like you, Jack, and Mari were sitting at the kitchen table, and you were up for like 2 hours reviewing your trades, and I was like waking up, and I was like, I brought some Sally's pizza. I was like eating the cold pizza, and you're like all the spreadsheets and everything. Do you review on the weekends?
Yeah.
Every weekend?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Damn. You guys have spreadsheets galore.
I'm not a huge spreadsheet guy. I'm more of a chart book guy.
Whatever it is. But you find what works for you. Study up, optimize. I got to get going. I'm going to Bogota to see our second school. Thank you guys. Congrats. Let's see what more you can do. Everyone congratulate Kyle on getting married in a little bit. And David on, just being awesome.